Man, what's going on, man? It's your boy Wavy Diesel, and this is day 2 of 30 reaction videos, man. I appreciate y'all for coming to watch this video with me. No cap, man. To be honest, if you like watching these type of videos, bro, we gonna become really, really, really good friends, because these are videos that I just watch in my spare time all the time. Anything on Netflix that drops something similar to this, I'm watching it. I can't just react to Netflix shows, unfortunately, but bro, this is my role, bro. Like, I watch nothing but this type of stuff. Cause it's like Lifetime, but like real life people, and I want to know why people act the way they act. I want to know how cops handle situations, how they handle situations, how to like go against what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of informational. It's just a lot of informational tips in these specific videos. And let's get straight into it, bro.
911, what's your emergency?
Hey, I'm a bus driver and one of my students just passed me a note that says his mother needs help and that his dad is hurting her.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, do you have an address?
Yeah, they live on, it's the first house when you turn into the neighborhood.
Okay, officers are being
Bro, this
dispatched
guy's
now.
serious off
Can you stay with the child until law enforcement arrives?
Yeah, so I'm just parked outside the neighborhood. I'll stay here.
This is what the Las Cruces Police
this
Department
is
were
wild
informed
off
of
the
on
rip,
April
bro. I don't
23rd.
like pausing it all the time, but bro, just off the information that we have right now, bro, you know how long this had to been going on for a child to want to pass a note to the bus driver? It had to been going on for at least months, maybe a year, for them just to come up with the idea just to give the note to the bus driver. And the bus driver had to be like cool or social to the young person, because you got to trust somebody to tell them that type of information. But shout out to the little kid.
2021. Just the night before, Veronica had endured 12 hours of what could only be described as a living hell, all because of her abusive boyfriend, Eric Alvarado. At this point, fearing for her and her children's life, the main thing on her mind was to call the police. But Eric had confiscated her phone and refused to let her leave his sight. However, Eric and Veronica's son still had to go to school. This gave Veronica an idea that would save her and her family's life.
Oh my goodness, his mom. Hey man, shout out to Dr. Insanity, bro. If you watching this, bro, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Can you explain to me what's going on today?
Last night he was taking me a lot.
He was shaking you?
And stuff with the pillows.
Okay.
He picked me up. He got my head against the cabinet, and then he slept on top of here. And then my kids were screaming and crying. And he said that he was either I die or he's gonna have a shot with you guys.
Veronica is clearly distressed and just thankful that the cops are here to save her. In fear of her life, she wrote a note behind Eric's back saying that she was in danger and to call 911. She passed this note to her kids in hopes someone from their school would call the police. The note was given to a bus driver who immediately called the Las Cruces Police Department. The cops need to know exactly what happened. Veronica just told them that Eric would have a shootout with the cops if they came, so they know they're dealing with someone either dangerous or delusional, something they would quickly find out.
Were you trying to get away from him, or what happened?
I just started doing whatever he asked me. He would even tell me to follow him to the bathroom when he needed the bathroom. He would make me.
Oh my God. Ladies, if you're in this situation, please find help, bro. It's a lot of very controlling guys out there, bro, and there's a lot of helpless women that feel like they can't go nowhere, bro. It is help out there, bro.
Pick up the seat for him.
Okay.
He said, "Are you gonna let me?" And then I was just like, "Well, neither." And then, but I was crying for my mom. He's like, "You really think I would do that?"
He didn't try to get out, and he didn't forcefully try to keep you
I
from
was
leaving or anything like that?
I've tried before, and it never works. So I just stayed quietly and I stayed up on the bed. I rolled like to try to get away.
If y'all hear my dog snoring, I'm sorry, bro. I'm really about to put her
But
downstairs.
I didn't have a phone to call you guys, so I just the only.
What happened to your phone?
He has it, but he always takes it because he knows that I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, so the
Bro,
marks
I ain't
on
gonna
her face.
lie. Off of that information right now, he should be locked up. Off of my judgment, bro. If you take her phone, that's completely making her helpless, bro. And in a helpless situation, what is somebody else supposed to do, bro? And it's all up to her. If she go back to him after this situation, it's gonna be completely in her hands because there's nothing else gonna happen but a bad ending to this story, bro. Everybody not meant to be with everybody, bro. Like, for real.
So is that from him or?
Where is he at right now?
Okay.
And then
Listen to exactly what Veronica is saying. It's obvious that this isn't just a one-time thing. She's using phrases like, I've tried before and it never works, implying that she'd almost given up trying to escape him. This is known as learned helplessness, a condition where an abused person starts to believe that they're powerless to save themselves because of the repeated abuse and perceived lack of control. Unfortunately, it's more common than you might think. On average, it takes 7 tries for a victim to escape their abuser, and every single one of these failed attempts would start to make them feel more and more powerless, as though control of their life is slowly slipping away. Given that Veronica has a 5-year-old son with Eric, the abuse might have been going on for years, with her essentially resigning her fate to his violence.
I'm pretty sure the cops have already been
if
in
that's
this
the
situation
case,
before
then
with
her
him.
son's actions should be even more celebrated, finally freeing his own mother from a relentless cycle of abuse.
Bro, this
Can you
is
explain to
wild.
me what happened first yesterday?
we were arguing. I think he was just more frustrated because he was yelling at the kids, and then he started to get upset with me. He got upset because I didn't cook. Grabbed himself something to eat, and he told me to go garbage and give it to him, but it's because I had the baby in the bed and I laid down. She was getting upset every time I walked out.
Okay.
And then so I came in here all mad talking shit, and I was right there by the microwave, and I slammed it to close it because he had his food in there. I was gonna heat it up, and he told me to shut up, and then he got up and pulled me from my hair and pushed my head toward the.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of situations with a male, he could be not making money. He could be having troubles at his job. He could be having physical problems that he don't want to speak with his wife about. They can make him very agitated in a lot of situations that could be small, you know what I'm saying? Plus, dealing with kids and not cooking, it could be a trigger moment at any time, bro. That is a bad, and don't have drinking involved because that's a complete downhill.
The cabinet in my head, like when I thought, and it's like swole right here. When I thought, and my eyebrow hit right here.
Veronica continued to tell the officer about that night's abuse, how he choked her, threw her around, and grabbed hold of her so hard that she couldn't force his hand away to save herself.
Yeah, I was holding onto his arm, but he lifted me up because he's so strong. He lifted me up and he slammed me on the counter. My kids were crying.
In front of the kids is wild.
What did you feel when he grabbed your neck?
I don't know, like I was like trying to fight to get it off, and then all of a sudden, like my body just started feeling weak.
Feeling weak?
Yeah, and I just like.
Bro, this is
like
attempted murder, bro. This is, in my opinion, that's attempted murder, bro. That should be at least 2 years in jail, bro.
Couldn't breathe.
Because, bro, you don't have to hit the females, bro. I don't care how hard or how much they make you upset. You do not have to hit females.
Because I already know how he is.
Directly after being choked almost to death, she's still pleading with him and telling him that she loves him. Obviously, it can't be discounted that this was just an act to get him to stop. But again, this is a very common reaction. Eric has likely used either love bombing or intermittent reinforcement to manipulate Veronica.
Yes,
love bombing involves initially showering the victim with affection and attention, forming attachment quickly. And intermittent reinforcement involves quickly alternating between kindness and cruelty.
Even normal
Both of these
guys
create a powerful emotional
women.
bond and dependency on the abuser, making it much harder to leave, despite making her feel like this.
Talking about, are you scared to die? And I'm like, yes. He's like, how does it feel? Because you almost died. And I was just like, if it just hurts, it's painful. He's like, why are you scared to die? Like, and then I said, because my kids.
Right.
But the last little piece of information the cops get might just be the most important one, and unravel why tonight's abuse got so out of hand.
From PTSD, depression.
And he hasn't took his medication either.
Bipolar depression and
He has a lot. It takes so much help. He has anxiety, bipolar.
yeah. So the only thing
And
that
what I
set him
hate
off
about
was
females,
the
she
whole
knew this
him not
before
having
having
food
kids
ready and
with
all
him.
that.
No, it was the kids. He was yelling at my son.
Okay.
And that if anything gets him upset, he gets really, really upset.
Apparently, Eric suffers from PTSD, depression, anxiety, and bipolar. He's supposed to take a litany of meds to keep him stable, but that night, he hadn't taken any of them. Of course, this isn't an excuse for his behavior, nor is it to be assumed that many bipolar people would ever act in this manner.
Right,
but it
because
could
he
be a
ain't gonna
possible
do it to no
explanation
man.
for the severe
No
and
cap.
continued abuse.
How long have you been with him?
On and off for 7 years. There's a time when he sent me to the hospital, but I didn't press charge.
So you
Because I
never.
felt bad because he always calls me just like, I'm sorry, this is that.
So
I'm a sick man.
has he ever been charged with domestic or anything like that? He has? In Las Cruces or New Mexico?
With his ex-girlfriend.
So
Okay,
he's
but not with
known
you.
for this, and
Yeah.
y'all
And a
still
lot of
going
times
with
I
him.
drop the charges because I feel bad.
Eric is clearly dangerous and needs to be locked up, but that all depends on if Veronica is going to press charges this time or let herself.
Bro, this is like, that's why I watch this stuff, bro. How much abuse do you need? How much does it take for you to call the cops, for you to finally learn? You can survive alone. You can find a new man. You can, bro, come on, bro. 7 years
Be
of
manipulated out of it again. But before she can even make
Imagine
that
being
decision,
20
the
to
other cop
27
comes into
and
the
lost-
room
remember
and
you
lets them
wasted
know
7
that they
years.
need EMTs on the scene immediately.
When you were standing up and you started,
Oh.
I don't know if he was making him do himself. Is that normal for
Does
him?
he have,
He gets like that when he's really upset.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not acting in an angry way. He does that, and sometimes like he'll fall on me, and like I can't pick him
Oh,
up.
okay.
so panic attacks are normal for him?
It's been happening all week.
She says he has knives in the drawer, so.
It seems as though Eric has had a panic attack and needs help from a medic. The thing is, the cops can't be sure if this is a genuine reaction or another way to try and guilt and manipulate Veronica,
Yeah,
but
he's
either
definitely
way,
a
they get
manipulator.
the fire department on the scene to check him out.
Does he need to go to the hospital, boys?
He's wanting to go.
Oh, he's wanting to go. What do you think?
We're trying to just take a blood pressure. That's about it. His oxygen's good right now. It's at 98%.
Yeah, he's
Heart rate's
just manipulating,
fine,
bro.
A little elevated at 98, but it's nothing crazy.
Do you take your medications for PTSD and the depression?
No, no what?
Do you take medications for it?
Yeah.
Are you current on your medications? So we always recommend heading up to the hospital, especially because he has like PTSD, bipolar depression.
Medically, everything seems fine with Eric, but they still decide to take him to the hospital temporarily at his request. In the meantime, Veronica is now curious about the rest of the process and has made a decision on if she's going to press charges.
Oh, yeah, what's she
Bonds
gonna do?
himself out.
Okay.
And he told me that I'm starting to remember a little bit. It's like, I didn't think I'm gonna be that long in fucking jail. I get bonded out real fucking quick.
So I know you said you want a restraining order, so we'll work on getting that. Usually it's going to be an emergency
Bro,
restraining order.
after multiple incidents, I say anything over 2. Some people may say 3. Anything over 3. If the cops have to come out at least 3 times, bro, it should be they should have a barrier from when they can get, how close they can get to each other. I forgot what it's called, but it should definitely happen, bro, for each one of their sake, bro. They do anything else that they want in the courtroom. If we were called more than 2 to 3 times, I think they need to
in
set
situations
a
like
barrier.
this, it's up to the state to pursue charges. So usually we go through with, no matter if we have charges, we're gonna go through with the charges whether you want to or not.
I should have first charges when I couldn't even open my eyes.
Emergency restraining orders are common in cases of domestic
Restraining
violence,
orders.
especially where there's children involved. Courts are often available 24/7 for the filing of these, and in open and shut cases like these, they'll usually get approved on the same day.
Oh,
That means that
wow.
Eric physically won't be allowed near Veronica, her kids, and likely their home unless he goes through a rigorous legal procedure. But it turns out that might not even matter, as it looks like he's heading straight to jail.
Is it gonna be a 48 for him? He's gonna be cleared already.
As long as he's clear, he should be fine then. It's gonna bring me the ERO.
So if you don't know anything about domestic charges, as far as I know in North Carolina, if you are took into jail for a domestic charge, that's automatically 48 hours. So that's automatically 2 days in jail. You go see the judge, probably give you a bond, you bond out, or either if they press charges, you'll probably remain in jail. Most likely, you know what I'm saying? But it's automatically 48 hours in North Carolina, and I believe it's everywhere else, but I'm just saying in North Carolina it's automatic 48 hours. For domestic violence.
From this point, the officer fills out the restraining order and takes care of some other paperwork and investigation around the house. But the day isn't over for Eric yet.
Oh, wow.
Far from it. He was taken to the hospital, but as the officer figured, he was discharged almost as soon as he got there.
Yep.
That meant that it was his
Manipulated.
turn in the spotlight, and he was handed over to the police, who were going to make sure that he got exactly what he deserved.
Stand up, face me. Alright, bud. Well, before we take you in, alright, you're gonna be placed under arrest, okay? CID is the one that are gonna take you the charges. Unfortunately, I don't know them.
What's
But
that?
you are gonna be served a
Emergency restraining order.
I would suggest not contacting her, writing her, going to the house, none of that.
As the officer mentioned, the
That's
case
probably
was
just
handed
gonna
over to
trigger him so
CID,
much more.
or the Criminal Investigation Division. In even simpler terms, the detectives. Usually a case is passed over the CID if the crimes were particularly severe, or if it requires the specific
Shout out
resources
Dr.
or
Insanity,
skills
yeah.
the CID have. In this case, it's very likely the chronic abuse and psychological manipulation that warranted their intervention. As to truly unpack what happened here, it would require an expert to dig from the hospital. He was sat face to face with a detective that was about to grill, ended with him back in handcuffs and on his way to a cell.
Eric, Detective Bartle with the Las Cruces Police Department. How you doing? Okay, so you're here for a reason, and I'm here with you for a reason.
No cap.
That's to get your side story. If you're gonna tell me nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and leave and proceed my investigation. So right now, this is your chance.
He's trying to manipulate.
I'm not there yet, but I'm in an investigation. I'm investigating you.
I don't feel good, man.
Okay.
I want to go.
All right. I'm gonna take you back to the holding cell, okay? So the last thing that I need to do was get your side of the story, since you're not gonna give that to me. Strangulation, the other one's gonna be suffocation, or two of them be suffocation, one's gonna be strangulation, battering a household member, and also deprivation of property to a household member. 3 of the 5 are gonna be felonies.
Oh man.
What? Why are they felonies? What did I do that?
3 felonies.
Why?
Do you want to talk to me about it?
But like, what did I do?
Yeah, why
What
you
did
wanna
say?
talk
I know
now?
you were
there.
there. I didn't.
You were
I
there
didn't
last
do
night.
nothing. I didn't do nothing, bro.
Okay.
I did nothing to
Then stay
her.
with that. Stay with that story.
I want to know what the
I'm not gonna tell you
are.
anything because you don't want to tell me anything.
Right, right.
As it turned out, Eric would only be charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery of a household member, 1 count of battery against a household member, and deprivation of property. And with Eric safely in cuffs and in a holding cell, the police had only one more job to do to put Veronica's mind at ease.
Hello?
May I speak to Veronica, please?
This is her. Yes?
Okay, just
Do they
real quick, I
record
wanted to let
phone
you
calls
know
like
that
this?
I'm gonna go ahead and charge Eric. He's gonna have 3 felonies, which is gonna be aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation. One's gonna be strangulation. The other one's gonna be battery on a household member, and the other one's deprivation of property of a household member. So another thing, I'm asking the officer to call a Sky report to CYFD. Because of what he exposed the children to. They'll probably just reach out to you, ask to see the conditions of the house, make sure that they're suitable for the children.
I
They
know
got
because of what
CPS.
happened, but then at the same time, I don't know how to say this. I accept what you're doing, but there won't be any way he can see his kids.
There will be, but it's got to be in different terms now. The way you
Yeah,
guys had it,
it got
obviously
to be.
didn't work because look what he's exposing the children to.
Correct.
As of July 2024, Eric Alvarado is still awaiting sentencing and is being held without bond. However, based on his charges and history, it's estimated he'll likely spend up to 8 years behind bars. With intervention and checks by CPS, the
That's gonna
children
make
will
his
also
mind
receive
right.
treatment and care for any trauma or abuse
She done
caused
went
by
to
their
jail
father,
7
and
years for
Veronica
being
will
with him.
finally be free of the horrific treatment caused by her evil husband. And remember, none of this would have happened
Without
if
that
not
little
for what
boy.
Veronica's 5-year-old son did that
That's
morning,
tough.
being brave and strong enough to reach
That's
out to
tough.
save his mom.
Hey, that's tough, bro. That's like a real life Netflix series, bro. That's like a real life movie, bro. Shout out Dr. Insanity, bro. If you don't know who I am, I'm Wavy Diesel, man. Follow me on the gram. Y'all see my IG. Subscribe, man. Help us get to 10K, bro. We almost at 5K. The goal is 10K. We trying to get our watch time hours up. So if you stayed the whole way, I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, share, man. I love y'all. We out, baby.
I ain't got time for goofy bitches and none of that stupid shit. I'm out of town, ride around with ain't scared to use this bitch. Nigga got a pole, but he ain't gon' blow cause he ain't used to it. Yeah, this